are with a new guest, and it's pretty interesting. Her name is also Rew. And
hi, Rew.
Hi, Rew. This is fun.
Yes.
So, Rew. Yeah, isn't that pretty funny? So, Rew, you habitat at the Music Building, the world famous music building in New York City that's been there for decades.
33 years.
33 years. And pretty much any musician that I know in New York has had at least one experience in that building, if not multiple experiences in that building. And what brought you to that building?
Oh, well, my story is, I guess, a bit unusual. I was a college senior in New York City 2.5 years ago, and I was bored and searching for crazy people, and then I found them at the Music Building.
Now, how did you find the Music Building?
Well, one day I was walking around Chelsea and walked past Dan's Chelsea Guitars near Hotel Chelsea, and I was like, oh, this place looks really cool. So I went in determined to make friends with the guys who work there. And at first they were like, what is this girl doing here? Because I was like, hi, let's be friends. And it didn't work. So I went back again the next day with a six-pack and clearly won their hearts soon after. It turned out that they rehearsed the Music Building. And
there it is.
Then the story unfolded. So I just hang out there for about 2 years. And then,
so you would just roam the halls?
Yeah, I just roam the halls. I'd actually draw and paint pictures and listen to the music.
So is that your passion, drawing and art? Are you an artist like that?
Oh, that's an interesting question about me.
What was your major at this university that you went to?
I studied biology.
So can you draw organs?
No. I basically, I guess at that time I was feeling like my creative side had always been repressed. And I always had to present myself as if I knew what I was doing, which I think I still do. But in reality, I have this crazy side, which makes me feel totally at home at the Music Building.
Interesting. So do you think that this crazy side lives inside of you and it's wanting to come out? Or do you feel that you're connected to it and you are living it?
I don't know. At this point, I feel like I've become aware of this crazy side, but I don't always feel like I'm living it. I still feel like calm.
Now, wait. So, how long have you been at the Music Building parading around?
Okay, so what happened was I used to just hang out there. Like a little orphan looking for friends and looking for acceptance.
Did you have other friends?
No, at this time, I really feel like I lost touch with most of the people who I'd interact with. I don't know if I had real friendships with
So you didn't
people.
tell anyone you were doing this?
Not really. I would try to invite some of my friends to come hang out, but it was too weird for them.
Right.
And but I really felt like the first real friends that I've made in my life were at the Music Building.
Right.
And
that's so cool.
Yeah, and then I ended up getting a job there. So
doing what?
I'm the community manager. So my job is to create a sense of brotherhood and sisterhood and a network of all the musicians that rehearse in the building, plus all the musicians that have hung out in the building, partied there, lost their virginities there, whatever. And
there are many. Those walls could talk in that music building.
Exactly. So I guess my job is to kind of be the walls that talk and really build something cool out of that, so that artists and musicians in Manhattan can kind of get that taste of what New York was like during its punk rock.
When the Music Building was at its peak.
Yeah, and I think when Manhattan was at its peak for creative people.
But this is what we keep hearing, but Manhattan is trying to stifle this era, and I'm hearing Berlin is the city now that's like the old New York right now.
Yeah.
And so many of the, we just heard the back fence is turning into either a Dwayne Reed or a bank. All the sleaze is getting pushed away. So, how do you think the Music Building can play a stand and a part in bringing it back and making it still the New York that we loved so much. Like, is everyone getting pushed out? Like, are the rents there going up, 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 up? And what's the safety net of the music building? Are they going to be able to hold that building? Because I heard a rumor that it was going to be gone not that long ago.
Well, I think that's where I'm really excited to, have worked with the building owners and learn about their devotion to this community. I think that by organizing and creating a sense of communication between the people in the building, they'll be able to keep the building as it is, like keep it running in business as long as there's a demand for rehearsal space there.
Which will never end.
No, we never want it to end. If you're looking for a rehearsal space, this is the place to go.
Yeah, give the information.
Yes.
It's 8th Avenue between 38th
Yes.
and 39th.
It's right near Penn Station, right near Port Authority. Really great for bands that are in the tri-state area. And what I'm trying to do with the building owners is create more value for being part of this community, so that it's not just a building that you go. I think for the past, from the stories I hear of what the building was like in the 80s, everybody knew everybody, and
It was communal almost.
exactly, and things happened because people knew each other. And I'm trying to bring
Things happened, like what?
Like-
Madonna worked.
yeah.
She
Well,
did
Madonna
her thing
happened,
in there.
yeah, she did. But I think, well, to me, when I think about that era, I think about people really creating something new. Like, they didn't. Nowadays, sometimes I feel like the precedence has been created for what a rock star should be, and then many young people just kind of aspire to
Like cookie cutter, you mean?
yeah, or they want to copy something that was already done, and there's not, and it's been turned into such an industry that it is really hard to get a huge crowd to come out and listen to something new that you're saying. I guess Occupy Wall Street is a really interesting example of young people today organizing and trying to create a movement, but I don't know.
Do you think it just got squashed? What do you think happened this week? You didn't really hear too much about it, like after the big to-do last week. What happened to Occupy Wall
Well,
Street?
it's because I think they need more of a rock star vibe going on there.
Right.
Pepper spray.
Yeah, I think what rockers had in the 80s was the sense of taking over the art scene and
What rockers stand out in your mind of 80s super rock stars like that? Do you have any?
Oh, well, I constantly hear like big names like Madonna and Billy Idol, the Ramones, Television, which were all bands that were in the music building. But what I think is interesting is when I talk to people in the building who've been there for over 25 years, who have stayed, and to me, these are just some of the most interesting people I've ever met, because music and creativity is such a part of their lives that even if they just kind of have like a normal life going on the side, they've matured with the rock movement, and they have a lot of really important advice, I think.
Like Richard Lloyd, is that who you mean?
Oh yeah, there's Richard Lloyd, Elizabeth Beam, John York,
Ian Lloyd.
oh yes, and his son David Lloyd.
David Lloyd is the cutest thing.
Oh my gosh, it's a father-son duo. But I think that's one of the coolest things about the Music Building Network is the fact that there's the fact that people who've been there for such a long time are a huge resource to kind of give you personal advice and professional advice, and also kind of connect you to cool things that are happening.
And what kind of cool things are happening with you? Like, I know that you asked me to give you a rock and roll makeover.
Oh yeah.
Now, what came from that? Like, what triggered you to ask me that?
Well, so I was thinking about, so when you came, so you actually came to one of the events that I hosted at the Music Building. Part of my job.
And what are these events that
Yes.
you're trying to do?
So as part of my initiative, I have a community lounge studio that I manage and run to kind of encourage the artists to come to a central place and mingle and share their ideas, because these people are brilliant, creative, and have had amazing experiences that I'd like to kind of build off of. So
Can I start working on you while you're talking a little bit?
Sure. So Rew actually came to one of my events, which was a pizza party. Just a simple little pizza party. But then I guess, well, oh wow. makeover.
Well, you asked me, and like
Yeah.
we aim to please on this show. We're
Yeah.
gonna like start working on you a little. Let Miles play a song, and then we'll show you're finished to do. But like,
I just
keep
figured
talking a little bit.
I have so much to learn from the original Rew. Oh my god.
Can we do
you
like
gotta,
a before
first you
shot?
gotta take your hair
I
out.
feel like
This girl is freaking gorgeous, man. I mean, look at her. I mean, I can't wait to
Can we get a before shot and then an after shot?
no, yeah,
Wait,
please
so
do.
what?
Wait,
to
this is
bump her up a
shocking.
little bit. I have a little bag of tricks that I'm gonna like use on this girl right now.
Yeah, I guess like I present myself like especially like I feel like when I used to just hang out there, there's no pressure. I could just like hang out there and do whatever. But I was still kind of I took the fly in the wall approach where I was always like so conscious of like interrupting what the musicians were doing and then when I started kind of having a reason, like a job to accomplish, then I feel like I need to like present myself in a particular way.
Well, I don't think you need to be any way except what you want to be. And the goal of this is actually we want to prepare like and do a real different kind of makeover. Relax. And go to a couple stores in the area like Trash and Vaudeville, Vampire Freaks, and do like a couple of little versions of turning Rew and me into like these other things, and then have like contests where we see what's her best look. We're trying to set the precedent now of what her insides will be. Like she's searching for an identity right now.
I need an attitude. That's
Well, that comes from inside, but we'll start with the outside, and maybe your outside can talk to your inside, and we'll take it from there.
Let's see if I can trick anyone with this makeover.
And then when we come back with your makeover, we're gonna get a skeleton from your closet because I know you're all squeaky clean, but we want to hear the inside. Is that okay?
Oh gosh, squeaky clean, yeah.
All right, so we're gonna take a break and come back with Rew all jazzed up a bit, and we're gonna see what happens. Yeah.
Wait, no.